Scientists in a double-blind study discovered that socialist views appeal to less hardworking and less intelligent people. How did that statement make you feel? Did I trick you? Or did you ask yourself, who are these scientists? Does this sound believable? Depending on your orientation, politically, I mean. You may have immediately balked at the statement, or you may have just assumed I was telling the truth. There is no study. And in my experience, dumb, lazy people tend to want everyone to take care of them when they're in need, but rarely do they concern themselves with whether or not the systems that we all live in will ensure that others are cared for. Their needs feel pressing, but it can be difficult to even contemplate the needs of a society. That can be overwhelming. And people often don't like to think. It's a good idea when you hear anything presented as new information to be at least a little skeptical. It may sound weird, particularly if it makes you feel good about yourself by virtue of doing nothing. Like, for example, most people, at least in North America, see ourselves as living in a capitalist system. You may see yourself as a capitalist. But do you like having 2-day weekends? Do you like being able to take time off work because you're sick without losing your job? Do you like the idea that your boss has to try and make sure that you don't get hurt at work? Those are socialist ideas. But socialism is communism, isn't it? It's where the government has all the power and you have nothing, right? No. Besides, you don't have nearly as much freedom as you might think you have. Really, it's all down to a matter of perspective. A great deal of your life is heavily influenced by a number of exceptionally wealthy people who use a plethora of corporations as proxies to control how we all live. You don't see it because it's been this way for a very long time, longer than you've been here. But why would you be a capitalist if you virtually have no capital? By the way, capital is money. Capital is so much money that you don't need it, but you can use it as leverage to get more money that you don't need. You're watching one of my videos, so you don't have capital. Why would you be a capitalist? What's social? Social is people, neighbors, family, friends. You may have more than you need, but if your mother needs your help, you'll help her. If your neighbor comes to your door in an emergency, you're probably going to help them, right? Democratic socialism is the idea that making sure that everyone's friends and family are taken care of is difficult. So the government shouldn't necessarily be in control of everything, but the government should make laws that protect everyone and ensure that no one is using capital to steal from everyone. Canada's healthcare system, where we all pay in to ensure that when someone needs help, they get help. That's socialism. Manitoba public insurance, which makes it so that Manitobans pay far less and get better coverage for car insurance than people living in Ontario or Alberta do. That's socialism. SaskTel, the company that ensures that by just existing, people in Saskatchewan pay far less per month than most people do in the rest of the country for telecom services. Socialism. Socialism is the idea that the government needs to be brave and have integrity and not sell us out to private industry. But it can be hard to understand when we have allowed our laws to get so lax that the only thing that you ever hear about socialism is from loud-mouthed people shouting on TV. We all deserve a country and a government that cares about our loved ones the way that we do, because we are the country. The business boys are not the country.